If MythBusters had an NSFW episode, what would you want to see on it? Does pineapple make your cum taste better? I want them to purchase every pill they see on the internet that would make their dick bigger and see what happens. Do doctors actually get furious about this one weird trick? Probably in the sense of you ate what? They did. The "can you get pregnant being shot with sperm on a bullet" episode. My wife was WTF are you watching? So, we weren't able to impregnate our test subject with the bullet, so we're going to fill her up with TNT and see what happens when it blows up. Don't try this at home. They did prove that women with larger breasts will get more tips. Which isn't really not safe for work, because Carrie literally was working at a coffee shop. If breast enlargements will help your job, would you be able to write them off on your taxes? Is squirting just pee? How deep underwater are you still able to come? Looks like around 5 meters. PubMed.ncb.nlm.nih.gov. Thank you NIH and rip my search history edit. Given the functional non-compressibility of water, it seems like you could ejaculate at any depth. Also, if you've got a half bar of pressure differential across your body, ejaculation is probably the last thing on your mind. Edit 2. Yes, you can, and people have at least down to 13 meters. I'll add that I genuinely love Reddit because of discussions like this. How many times can a man ejaculate in one 24-hour period and still produce fluid? Edit. My highest rated comment on Reddit is about how many times a man can come in a day. SMH edit 2: Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. If you're Pierce Hawthorne, 6 times will kill you. Here's your sperm. Also sperm. To you I leave this bottle of fine scotch, so you are less tempted to drink this cylinder of even finer sperm. Size correlates to what? Feet? Nose? So many theories. I have size 12 feet and a massive nose and huge hands, and my penis is small. I wouldn't put this on your Tinder bio. Setting expectations isn't exactly a bad thing. There was that Tinder screenshot recently of someone saying your bio says you're 6 foot 3 inches, that's hot, and the dude responds those are 2 different measurements, smile, and then she unmatches, lol. Damn. Dude's 3 tall with a 6 dick. That's impressive. Dude's hung like a barnacle. Can you detect a measurable blood pressure difference when someone gets turned on? Do people get more stupid, IQ, memory, etc., when they get horny? How can you detect various date rape drugs? There is such a thing as a sphygmomanometer for the man member. I knew a guy who got involved with a 16-year-old when he was 18. Her dad was a social worker, and long story short, for a time he was a sex offender until a judge with some sense expunged the whole thing. Dude has to go to court-mandated testing where they strap something like a blood pressure cuff to his junk and the played tapes of young-sounding girls talking suggestively to see if it turned him as measured by the little pressure cuff to make sure he wasn't a pedophile, because obviously you must be a pedo if you get involved with someone 2 years younger than you. I think the real sexual assault was him having to take that test. Someone strapping the cuff to my junk would make me hard. They set him up to fall. The test was apparently designed to figure out if you were homosexual, so presumably you were always expected to fail. It's insane. This guy is a homosexual, no wonder he liked underage women. Can you actually get an STD from a toilet seat? Turns out you can if the other man doesn't leave first. Jimmy Carr, paraphrased. Ha ha, Jimmy Carr paraphrased. A 5-second segment where Jamie points at a diagram and says, in complete deadpan, this is where the clitoris is. If they did such an episode, I could see this being in it for sure. A take on the top 10 OSHA violations list to see if they are as dangerous as they say. How large would a penis have to be to cause someone to pass out from getting an erection? Yeah, and they make one of those ballistic dummies and put a huge schlong on it. My God, Buster is in doubt. Oh geez, I heard Adam Savage's voice saying that. We investigate the statement anything is a dildo if you're brave enough. We start with a 2022 GMC Hummer EVIX. You're gonna feel a slight pinch. Ejaculation distance plus vaginal ping pong distance. Vaginal what? Hashtag vaginal ping pong distance. Damn near busted my eardrum there. How many people does it take to duck an ostrich? I hear the debate is between 2 and 3. But it certainly takes more than one person to get it done. Well, what if it's a sick ostrich? Does masturbation really improve the health of the prostate in men? Savage once mentioned they had a NSFW video that I believed involved a cannibal mouse. Does a person really stay conscious for a few moments after beheading? There was a French physician who tested this in the early 1900s. After a criminal was beheaded, he picked up the head and shouted the criminal's name. The guy opened his eyes and made eye contact with the physician over a period of 30 seconds whenever his name was called. Edit, I provided the source in other comments, but here it is on the original comment. I'm not sure about this, but I've heard about the one who promised to blink for as long as possible once he's beheaded, and surely his detached head went on to blink for about 30 seconds. While this is correct, the doctor couldn't tell if they stopped because the muscles stopped getting blood and failed but was still alive, or if the brain died earlier and was just muscle twitches that kept the eyes blinking. Statistically speaking, which sex position has the fastest rate for ejaculation? If you filled an auditorium with people who, when given the word, would start clapping them cheeks, would the sound produced by the audience clapping sound like actual applause? I don't want to smell that room. Post-orgasm clarity, how much better can you solve puzzles or remember something? All the RFID road that they did for the episode that the credit card companies prevented from airing. You don't need MythBusters for that. There are plenty of black hat talks on hacking RFID, including using a fast track to actual ping and receive information from any other transponder you drove next to, and the data received was straight up unencrypted credit card data. Can a woman really shoot ping pong balls out of her vag at a high enough force to send it across a room? Yes. I was in Thailand and went to a well-known pussy bar. One of the ladies dipped a small banana into a large bucket of lube, inserted it and shot it across the bar. Patrons were provided with small nets to catch them. I have bad coordination and the banana struck my arm, leaving a trail of slime. I went back to my hotel. I took a shower, wept and then jerked off. Well, that was a wild ride, the banana, probably. Can you shit out a hangover? Danger dump the morning after. Called so because usually it smells horrific. While not an instant 100% cure, definitely helps you feel markedly better pretty quickly. Does my wife really have frequent headaches or am I just ugly? If she farts during anal, does your dick explode? Is it true that if you don't use it you lose it? My penis fell off a year ago. It happens all the time, it's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home, when I think it's gonna get me in trouble, or I can rent it out, when I don't need it. How durable in the human penis? I believe the force to snap a penis is around that to snap a cucumber, so. Not very. What a terrible day to have eyes, and a dick. And a cucumber. This is the most well thought out, non-karma farming question that is genuinely interesting. Can you get rid of the great white shark by poking it in the eye? Does the stay put on a landmine so it doesn't go off actually work, or, done by proper medical professionals, how many parts of a human can we feasibly remove without killing them? Does the stay put on a landmine so it doesn't go off actually work? No, they explode when the button is depressed. I don't know of any that require a release, and it makes no sense to design them that way. It's ones that are armed with plutonium devices.